Hello, everyone out there in Facebook land or wherever you're catching the replay. This is Noah Hammond coming to you live for today's Untethered Daily, the show where I speak and channel and download a bit of wisdom for our tribe of untethered entrepreneurs, those who are committed to their personal growth and spiritual evolution, as well as to building businesses that make a difference and an impact out there in the world. What's up, Bjorn? Welcome to the stream, man. Good to see you. So today's topic, creating empires from love. Again, the way this show happens is I ask myself, what does the tribe need to hear today for our highest good? And I get sort of like a download of a sentence, and then I extrapolate that live without any preconceived notions for you guys. So, creating empires from love. In a lot of spiritual teachings, philosophies, they make the distinguishment or the distinction that there's only really two energies in the universe. There's fear and there's love, right? What's up, Andrew? What's up, David? Nice to see you guys. So there's only fear and there's love, right? And if we keep it simple like that, you can see how every action, every motivation, every creation can come from one of those two spaces, from fear, constriction, lack, doubt, frustration, anger, scarcity, or from love. Right? Openness, fulfillment, evolution, joy, happiness, connection, expansion, right? And when we talk about creating empires from love, that's really essentially what our job is to do as untethered entrepreneurs. It's to create our empire from a space of love, from a space of connection, from a space of fulfillment, from a space of truth and beauty and honor and integrity and fulfillment. And there's an important distinction, though, that comes into this, because you can create great things from a space of fear. From a space of fear, you can hustle really hard and make a difference in someone's life. From a space of fear, you can empower someone to not have a lack of food that you once had, or a lack of water that you once had, or a lack of resources that you once had. From a space of fear, from a space of necessity, from a space of never wanting to see what happened to you happen to someone else, you can create meaningful impact in someone else's life. The only thing that you don't get to create, though, is a life that you truly love living until your energy transitions from fear into love. Once your energy transitions from fear into love, now you can actually have all that you're really wanting to have in your life too. And I think this is really important. I think this is not talked about in the entrepreneurial space. And I hate to throw this guy under the bus because he's a hero of mine and someone I deeply respect, but if you could look at a guy like Elon Musk, right, who the whole entrepreneurial world looks up to in some way, shape, or form, and appreciates in some way, shape, or form, right? He's into it, he's innovating, he's leading, he's got multiple leading edge companies pushing clean energy, pushing space exploration, pushing renewable energy and freedom for the homeowners. There's so much good that this guy is doing for the world. And he works 100 hours plus a week. He's on his fifth marriage, or maybe he's in between his fifth and his sixth. I don't follow him that closely, but I've seen it in the past. And so, and most importantly, I've seen him in an interview say, when he's talking about all the space exploration and everything, he's like, you know, I just want to look at the future and not be sad. I just want to look at the future and not be sad, right? So here's a guy whose only moment of respite in the day really is his morning shower, right? That's his moment where he feels like clear and like spacious and calm, and the rest of the day he fucking hustles his ass off and he's creating amazing things in the world, and he's on his fifth marriage. So is this guy's life one that you really want to be living? Marriages don't come and go with ease and flow, right? Any divorce is one that happened after arguments and pain and lack of unmet expectations and concerns and anger and anguish, and then you get divorced, right? Nobody's like, you know what, this was flowing and now it's not, and now let's get divorced and everything is lovely and happy, right? So here's a guy who I deeply respect for his ethic and his desire and his drive and his vision. And if he could have a breakthrough and move not from the fear of looking into the future and being sad about where humanity is going, but from the love of opening to his fullest potential, becoming the fullness of what he's actually capable of, and executing that in real time in his life, building his empire of love, I know that while maybe not that much will change on the outside as far as his companies and what they're doing, because they're already being successful, but I know that he would find deeper fulfillment and satisfaction in his life, right? So creating your empire from love is essential if you want to actually love your empire. If you create your empire from fear, there will be some repercussion to that. There will be some energy from that permeates into the areas of your life. You'll either, I mean, how common and typical is it for an entrepreneur to build their health while losing their wealth, or to build their wealth while losing their health, or to build their business while losing their relationships and having a family that doesn't get to see them enough, or that they, a wife that, is really just someone to take care of the kids while they're never there, or whatever the case may be. So it's important for us to recognize that the energy with which we create something is the energy that permeates into that creation and reverberates back into our life. The energy with which we create something is the energy that permeates into that creation and reverberates back into our life. And so creating our empires from love, that's number one, how they're going to take off the fastest. And number two, how we're going to get what we actually want. Because as an entrepreneur, you didn't get into your business to hustle. Nobody was like, you know what? My life is about grinding, and grinding is what makes me feel amazing at the end of the day. No, our lives are about fulfillment, about contribution, about impact, about significance, about freedom, right? Most entrepreneurs, we're here for freedom. And I'm really going to invite anyone who's watching this and vibing on this content to next week. I'm doing a live webinar on what I'm calling the entrepreneurial breakthrough, because what I've seen in my own experience and in the experience of the clients that I've coached, a lot of us built our first business out of fear, right? I don't want to be tied down to a 9-to-5 job. I don't want to have a boss. I want to lead my own destiny. I don't want to be stuck, in the same location or the same industry or in the same day-to-day routine. I don't want to be broke. I don't want to be starving. I don't want to be struggling. I don't know. Fear drove us to success. And now, if you want the ultimate success that you're truly capable of, you have to repattern and recondition the entire way that you approach entrepreneurship, such that you can build your greatest contribution in the world and also have that energy reverberate back into your life and have a deeply fulfilling experience of being an entrepreneur in all areas of life, in your health, in your wealth, in your relationships, in your spirituality, your personal pursuits, all of it, right? And so if you want to have it all, you have to create from the all. You have to create from love. Right? The all is not a space of fear, whatever you call it, God, consciousness, universe, Yahweh, Jesus, Buddha, whatever. The all is a space of love. And so for as long as we're hustling because of fear-based programming, tendencies, patterns, wounds, concerns, whatever, we will never be creating the depth of our potential, because the depth of our potential cannot come from a disconnection from our potential or from fear. The depth of our potential comes from connection to our true potential, which is a space of love. Right? So the entrepreneurial breakthrough is about bridging that gap and moving from a space of fear to a space of love in your creations, and actually empowering the effectiveness of your entire organization because of that. So create your empire from love. What's one powerful action step you can take today to start putting this to play in your life? I would ask yourself why you do what you do. And I would get really, and I would ask the reasons why I build my business every day is ... right? And finish that sentence as many times as you can. The reason why I build my business every day is blank. The reason why I build my business every day is blank. The reason why I build my business every day is blank. And keep going until everything that's inside, every answer that's inside you comes out and is on paper. And what you're basically doing is you're eliciting your internal belief systems, and you're making the unconscious or the subconscious conscious. And the answers that you particularly want to pay attention to are the ones that you sort of want to filter, like the ones that you almost like don't want to say. Let those ones out, and keep going. When you think you've run out, keep going, because it's typically towards the end that the most important and critical ones to see are going to come out. And my encouragement to you is to see which, and to categorize these two. Once you lay out your whole belief system around the reasons why you build your business every day, then go and look at, does this fit into a category of fear or a category of love? Like, is this a fearful reason to build my business, or is this a love-based reason to build my business? And the more clear you get, and the ones that are fear-based, see what you can do to transit them into love-based beliefs and reasons, and reinstall them by repeating them to yourself as just a basic installation. Yeah, because the future will be created by lovepreneurs. And I'm not talking about wooey, fooey, like airy-fairy crap, right? From a space of love, you can build effective implementation systems. From a space of love, you can build distribution. From a space of love, you can build marketing. From a space of love, you can create new products. From a space of love, you can innovate. And you can experience the true freedom that you're looking for in your business by stepping into and transiting, first and foremost, the inner workings of this operating vehicle that is running the show. Everything in your company is a reflection of you. Everything in your company is a reflection of you. And you know, there's people whose divine purpose is to hustle, and the only thing I'd say is that when it's part of your divine purpose and part of your divine makeup, it doesn't feel like hustle, it feels like flow. So if you're hustling, if you're grinding, I know firsthand from my experience and from the experience of my clients is that hustle muscle is going to burn out at some point. And you're going to have what people call midlife crisis. And it might happen early, especially if you're really on a path of committed growth. It will happen earlier than at 40 or 50 like it used to happen. You know, that typical midlife crisis where the CEO or the executive goes out and trades his wife in for a younger model and buys a new car and doesn't really know what the fuck to do with the energy that they're feeling, like the lack of fulfillment. That's what this transition is. It's like once you finish hustling, because of all the program fears that have been conditioned into you from a million different places, eventually that fuel runs out and you need something new to go on. And this is the transition that we're talking about. So I'll keep you guys posted. I'll drop some links on Facebook and invite you guys to the webinar next week. It'll be Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific on the entrepreneurial breakthrough. And let me know in the comments below if this has been helpful, if you had any insight or what you're thinking about this transition from fear-based business to love-based business, and how it can empower you, what's inspiring you. Hit me up. Let me know. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.